This spring, the best in the nation come together to compete for the title. The 2014 U.S. Championships.
The 2014 U.S. Championship and U.S. Women's Championship being played at the Chess Club and Scholastic Center of St. Louis. Hi folks, John Cardisco back again. Round 3 of the U.S. Championship, U.S. Women's Championship from St. Louis, Missouri at the Chess Club and Scholastic Center in St. Louis. I gotta tell you, for real, we're gonna see a game from the Ladies Championship between Victoria White and a girl, excuse me, and a girl I actually met once and talked to a little bit. She's a nice kid, very smart, great player. Alyssa Melekina is black. I gotta be straight with you. The ladies' games seem to be a lot more exciting to watch than the men's games. It's not a criticism, it's just a personal observation. Anyway, folks, Victoria is white, Alyssa Melekina is black. Let's go through it. King's Indian attack, something I fooled around with a little bit. I probably should play it more. It's more to my taste. E5, E4, knight, castles. Got my Rd3 computer on off screen. It's small advantage for black, not much of one. I kind of like the King's Indian attack. It's very much, I guess in a way, like the London system, even though I don't play the London system. It's something you don't need to book up a lot, and for a player like my strength, I'm 1600 USCF rated. It's an opening that I can live with and play with. D5, D3, castles, fiend kettle the bishop. It looks blacked off, but it won't be for long. F5. This is very much like a King's Indian setup with the F5. So it's going to be a great game. Alyssa's going for it. Knight. Finally a pawn take. Pawn takes. D4. White's got a tiny advantage, but it looks like black's got a lot of space. And that E4 pawn is pretty much blocking in the bishop on G2. Queen D6, Rook AC1. It's about 2/3 of a pawn advantage for black. I like black right here, to be honest with you. I think white let those pawns get too far advanced. Black's got a lot of space. We're going to see how this works out. Bishop H6. Pitting that knight on D2. C takes. C takes. What to do? What to do? Computer calls for queen to D3. Interesting move. I'm not really sure what that accomplishes. Because after queen to D3, that's a good spot for that knight right there. Queen to B5. A6 kicking the queen. Queen goes to B6. I'm not sure. Queen looks like she's painting herself into a corner. The bishop, G4, Rook C2. We can see that if the rook hadn't moved, the bishop would have to take, and this knight's for free. So the rook has to move. Queen F6. Now when your opponent starts reacting to you, you know you're doing well. A lot of pieces on the king side. H3, kicking the bishop. Computer had shown what would happen if queen had taken the pawn. Rook, queen, Rook A7, knight takes, rook takes, and that pretty much seals that fate. After H3, bishop takes, H takes. Interesting, because I thought I'd want to, if you're going to have to move that rook off that file, take the bishop on G4 first. Actually, the computer likes that move the best. And the second best is knight takes. So when I start thinking like a computer, it must be doing better. H takes. If D had taken it, knight had taken instead. Bishop, knight c4, bishop takes, and of course, white's down the exchange. After H takes, bishop to b4. After bishop to b4, g5. Again, if the queen had taken the pawn, after queen takes, rook a7, queen b6, rook b8, and the queen is trapped again. After bishop takes, e takes, queen still doomed. After g5, queen e6. Now she's got that queen in there boxed in. That queen to b6, I didn't like it to begin with, but now that bishop and knight and pawns and everything is just surrounding that queen. Rook f to c1. Now she's doubling up. Shows a tiny advantage for black, though. I thought they'd have more of an advantage than, say, point 2 with that queen being trapped. There's no way to attack the queen without her escaping. Rook a to b8. Now what she's waiting for is if she does, say you do attack the queen here. Rook takes. Sacrificing the exchange. That's the way to save the queen. Queen to d6. And this is where Victoria Knee goes wrong, I think. The computer calls for bishop to c4. And that looks like a pretty good move. I kind of like that. Bishop to c4 check. What she does instead is plays knight takes e5. Sacrificing the piece to save the queen. After bishop to c4, she played that king to g7, bishop to e2. And I think white can hang on. But after knight takes c5, queen takes e5, f4, looking to save the queen. Queen to d6 goes right back. Actually, to be honest with you, queen takes e4 might make it a little easier for black, because after bishop checks, knight d5, rook e2. Now, who would play the knight to d5? Who would purposely pin their knight against the queen? After queen to d6, white miscues again. Even though the computer calls for e5, she's down a piece now. It's going to be tough. Queen to d7, bishop g2. She does have a pawn for the piece, but it won't be for long. Knight to d5, e6. Bishop takes d5 doesn't really do much, because after queen takes, rook f2, bishop a5, it comes out the same. You're still down a piece. It might even be worse, if that's possible for white. Queen takes. Now she sacks the exchange. Queen to e3 check, the in-between move. Computer liked that move as well. It's over 11-point advantage right now for black. King to h2, knight to b6, rook takes, a queen for a piece. We'll go through the rest of the moves. There's not many left in the game. Bishop, rook f6, trying to mount some kind of an attack, but it's kind of pointless. Bishop d1, f5, queen takes check, king to h1, bishop f2. And it's really pointless. And this is where Victoria Knee resigns. This is Alyssa Melekina's first win in the tournament so far, in the championship. Congrats to Alyssa. is sometimes you just buckle under the pressure. Now, granted, she messed up and got her queen trapped and had a problem with that, but these ladies are under a lot of pressure in the U.S. Championship. The men are as well. And they're doing their best under great conditions. The Chess Club and Scholastic Center has incredible conditions. The players can't even... There's players from Russia and Eastern and Western Europe that say this is the best conditions they've ever seen for a chess tournament. So kudos to the Chess Club and Scholastic Center in St. Louis. So there it is, round 3 from the U.S. Women's Championship. More rounds to come in the future. Anyway, folks, I want you to remember, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. And to all my viewers out there, I would appreciate if you would subscribe, and please click the like button. I would appreciate it. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.